Christmas and New Year on Coronation Street are set to be filled with drama and surprises. As Gail Rodwell prepares for her wedding to Jesse Chadwick, there's a sense of uncertainty surrounding her future. Will her departure be a joyful one? Meanwhile, Leanne Battersby's thirst for revenge may be revealed, and David Platt finds himself caught up in various entanglements that promise to keep viewers on the edge of their seats. Lauren Bolton is faced with a life-changing decision as her murder charge looms over her, while Daniel Osborne takes a big step by proposing to his partner. Amidst all the celebrations, Carla Connor makes a heartfelt declaration to her girlfriend Lisa Swain, but their happiness is short-lived as an unexpected turn of events casts a shadow over their relationship. Tracy Barlow's sharp instincts are put to the test when she uncovers a lie, while Mason Radcliffe digs deeper into his brother's troublesome past. In addition, Evelyn Plummer's past actions come back to haunt her, leading to further complications in her already complicated life. From December 23, 2024, to January 3, 2025, Coronation Street will be brimming with twists and turns. Stay tuned as the drama unfolds with our day-by-day guide, offering a sneak peek into the latest events that will keep viewers hooked over the festive season. On Monday, December 23 Road, there will be a special hour-long episode of Coronation Street at 8 p.m. Nick Tilsley makes his return from Tenerife, and at the bistro, Leanne takes him to the office to discuss some discrepancies in the accounts. Nick quickly uncovers payments made to a company called TLH Holdings and contacts the bank to freeze their account. Toya Habib arrives at work and is thrilled to see Nick back, but her excitement is short-lived when DC Kit Green arrives to arrest her on charges of theft and fraud by abuse of trust. Toya insists on her innocence and claims to Nick that Leanne is behind the scheme to frame her. Dee Dee Bailey is keen to hear the latest on Lauren's plea hearing and asks Alia Nazir for an update. Meanwhile, Dee Dee, who is pregnant, meets with a genetic counselor to discuss the possibility of her unborn child being a donor for Frankie, who is seriously ill. Lauren receives a warning from her legal team about the potential consequences of pleading not guilty, as the case will go to trial and expose her troubled history. Max Turner advises Lauren to plead guilty for a lesser sentence, but warns her that Frankie might believe her mother is responsible for his father's death, even though the truth is more complicated. Lisa stumbles upon a social media post showing a picture of Mason taken in Betsy's room, leading to a confrontation. Later, when Lisa visits the factory, Carla makes a public announcement that she and Lisa are now a couple. After Betsy makes a sarcastic comment, Lisa feels embarrassed, but Carla invites both Lisa and Betsy to dinner, suggesting they all start afresh. When Betsy turns up with Mason, Lisa's reaction is uncertain, and tensions rise. Jesse informs David that he has successfully laundered the remaining stolen money. But when Gail grows suspicious of their activities, Jesse panics and fabricates a story, claiming he's booked a honeymoon for them in the Maldives. Audrey Roberts, unable to hold back, warns Gail that if she marries Jesse, it will be the end of their relationship. Kit and Daisy share an intimate dinner at Speed Dahl, and the chemistry between them is palpable. However, their evening takes a turn when Daniel and Bethany Platt unexpectedly join them at the next table, leaving the mood awkward. How will the rest of the night unfold for the two couples? Christmas Eve, Tuesday, the 24th of December, 8:45 p.m. 30-minute episode. At the Rovers, the atmosphere is tense as Gail and Jesse prepare for their farewell party. The Platt family is in disarray, with Audrey desperately trying to stop Gail from leaving. In a last-ditch attempt, Audrey exposes the questionable actions of Jesse and David, further complicating the situation. Later, after the party, an emotionally drained Gail falls asleep on the sofa, her mind heavy with conflicting thoughts. As she drifts in and out of sleep, an unexpected visitor arrives, leaving Gail to wonder who it could be. Debbie Webster and Shona Platt's tension. Debbie Webster invites Shona Platt to join her for the upcoming New Year's Eve celebration, but Shona's disinterest irks Debbie. Debbie points out that Shona seemed quite comfortable at the hotel just days ago. David overhears part of their conversation, leading him to wonder if his suspicions about Shona have finally been validated. Leanne's discovery. Leanne sneaks a peek inside Nick's briefcase and is outraged when she finds a Christmas gift wrapped for Toya. Determined to cause trouble, Leanne heads to the police station, where she presents Craig Tinker with a stack of presents from Nick to Toya, insinuating that they are involved in a secret relationship. Christmas Day, Wednesday, the 25th of December, hour-long episode at 7 p.m. It's the day of Gail and Jesse's wedding, but the question lingers, will Gail leave Weatherfield as a newlywed or walk away from her tumultuous family on her own, marking the end of an era? As David opens presents, His suspicions about Shona grow when he realizes the aftershave he found in her bag is nowhere to be seen. Adam Barlow arrives, wearing the same scent and explaining it's a Christmas gift. As David suggests they go for a drink to celebrate his birthday. He secretly opts for water while Adam drinks whiskey, creating more tension. A confrontation ensues when Shona and Sarah Platt arrive to hear David accusing Adam of having an affair with Shona. Tempers flare, and in the chaos, Adam falls down the stairs, intensifying the family drama. Toya assists Nick with the preparations for Gail's wedding at the bistro, explaining that Leanne has temporarily lifted her ban for the occasion. Just as the guests begin to arrive, the police show up, informing Nick and Toya that they are being questioned in connection with a fraud investigation. Kit confronts Nick with a financial document from TLH Holdings, but Nick denies ever seeing it before. Meanwhile, a heated argument breaks out between Leanne and Toya at the police station, escalating into a physical fight, all of which is captured on video by Max. Friday, the 27th of December, hour-long episode at 8 p.m. Nick seeks legal counsel from Adam and Alia, who advise him to gather evidence to prove that Leanne set him and Toya up. Meanwhile, Toya confronts Leanne, assuring her that their intentions were never to hurt her. Amy Barlow accuses Nick of sending flirtatious texts during his time in Tenerife. In an effort to clear his name, Nick reviews the CCTV footage, uncovering that Leanne owns 2 phones. Max reveals the details of Leanne and Toya's argument to Lily, who comments that Uncle Nick deserved the brunt of the argument, as is the one who cheated. Kit suggests to Daisy that they take a walk together, and later, Bethany expresses her gratitude to Daisy for caring for her clothes, stating that she now feels confident enough to take them back. Ken Barlow opens a gift from Cassie Plummer, a collection of music by his favorite composer, which delights him. In return, he gifts Cassie a scarf from Porto, which she eagerly accepts. Monday, the 30th of December, hour-long episode at 8 p.m. A heated confrontation erupts between Kit and David. Bernie Winter intervenes, reminding Kit that David was a loyal friend to the late Paul Foreman. David returns home, where he's confronted by Max and Lily, with Shona explaining that David had previously stopped her from seeing her son, Clayton Hibbs. David attempts to trick Kit into admitting his involvement in setting up Nathan Curtis, but Kit quickly catches on and takes matters into his own hands. Leanne returns to her flat, watched from across the street by Nick and Toya, after learning from DD that Leanne may face a custodial sentence. Toya pleads with Nick to reconsider pressing charges. Lauren calls Max from prison, admitting her fear about the upcoming trial. Max tries to offer reassurance, though he can't bring himself to tell her that she'll face one of the toughest barristers in the business.
Steve McDonald tells Ken he plans to move out. While Ken notices that Cassie is out of sorts, she bursts into tears and makes out she's run up a huge debt buying presents for the family. A stressed Lisa reveals there's a burst pipe in the flat which has flooded. Carla invites Lisa and Betsy to stay for New Year, but as they move in, Carla spots some files about Becky's murder among Lisa's things, leaving Carla feeling awkward. New Year's Eve, Tuesday the 31st of December, 30-minute episode at 8:15 p.m. Lisa surprises Carla with a romantic lunch in the cafe, but the mood is broken when she receives an urgent call to an incident. Carla informs Kit, and he gets a call for urgent backup at the same address. Later, Lisa has a bruised face and split lip, but she promises Carla she's fine. In the Rovers, Jenny Connor begins the countdown for midnight, when Carla lets slip that she loves Lisa. How will Lisa react? Kit tells David that he's back on the Radcliffe brothers hit list, so he'd better watch his back. Shona calls at the salon and tentatively suggests to David an evening of board games with Lily. Audrey urges David to put his family first. Ken enthuses about the ballet, but later tells Cassie he's sorry he's not much company, but he feels completely exhausted. Evelyn complains that her life lacks purpose, so Roy Cropper suggests she embarks on a law degree. Leanne bumps into Nick, Toya and Sam Blakeman, who are off to town to celebrate Nick's birthday. New Year's Day, Wednesday the 1st of January 2025, hour-long episode at 7 p.m. Roy is concerned when Carla starts hearing things and looking confused, and suggests she goes home to rest. But as he continues to worry for Carla, Roy lets himself into her flat and finds her barely conscious on the floor. At the hospital, the doctor tells Roy that he suspects Carla may have sepsis. Lisa is unaware of what's unfolding with Carla as she follows a newly released Matty and confronts him in the precinct, demanding to know where he was the night Becky was killed. Kit warns Lisa off and she heads home with flowers and wine, but finds no sign of Carla. Sarah is concerned when she sees Daniel speaking to Daisy, and when Daisy is reduced to tears. Sarah follows her to the back and asks what's wrong. At number 1, Cassie is wearing Steve's dressing gown, shocking Steve and Tracy. Cassie explains that with Steve on a night shift, she stayed over to look after Ken. Cassie makes out she fancies Ken, winding Tracy up, before lamenting to Ken how he's cultured, educated and kind while she's the complete opposite. Ken feels sorry for her, oblivious to the fact that she's playing him. Tracy warns Steve that Cassie is trying to get her claws into Ken, and it would be a bad idea for him to move out. Evelyn fills in an online university application form and tells Tyrone Dobbs she plans to study law. Dylan Wilson finds Mason cooking a meal for Betsy, and reveals that Tim Metcalf has filled him in on the abuse Mason's brothers inflicted on him. Dylan suggests putting the past behind them and Mason is delighted. Betsy arrives and is taken aback to find Mason has cooked her a 3-course meal, complete with a romantic candle setup. Friday the 3rd of January 2025 hour-long episode at 8 p.m. After spending the afternoon in bed with Mason, Betsy is angry to read a text from Stu Carpenter on his phone, offering him a job in Germany as a trainee chef. Betsy orders Mason out, just as Lisa arrives and demands answers. Lisa shows Mason some photos taken at the crime scene of Becky's death, and tells him that his brothers were driving the car that mowed Becky down. Mason is genuinely shocked, asking Dylan to keep a lookout while he searches Matty and Logan's flat. Mason and Dylan arrive at the station and hand Lisa a World War II helmet he found at the flat. Will this help Lisa's case? The doctor shocks Carla with the news that the sepsis has damaged her kidney and she may need another transplant. Ryan Connor returns from Ireland, while Lisa realizes Carla lied about her whereabouts. Lisa pays her a visit, spelling out that she doesn't appreciate being lied to. Carla claims she didn't want any fuss and that she's on the mend. A hurt Lisa leaves her to it. Hope Dobbs and Joseph Brown film prank videos of Tyrone after swapping sugar in his cereal for salt, and upload the videos to their social media. Evelyn panics when she gets an interview at the university, but when she arrives, she comes face to face with Marjorie, the woman she impersonated at the Chariot Square law lecture. Tracy confronts Cassie over an advance in her wages from Ken, and later, Tracy tells Steve and Amy that they must keep an eye on Cassie while she's in Spain. Steve and Amy reckon Tracy is worrying about nothing, but they're all clueless that Cassie has previously drugged Ken. Daisy hands over a bag full of Bertie's toys, telling Daniel it's best if she cuts ties with Bertie. How will Daniel react?